Hey, folks, welcome to another edition of What's Going On, the experience here on Fox Sports 1280 and iHeartMedia. And I'm the guy here in Rochester, and I got my crew out all over the world. Been around the world. Got my man Greg Vaughn, aka GV23, out in Vegas. What up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Nate? Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, boy, I have to go take a little breaky break, and I got my man Ryan V down in the Hamptons with that Stinkies hat on. Yes, I'm a hater. I'm a hater, and I'm a hater. What up, Ryan V?
Feeling good. Big shout out to TJ Maxx for the incredible Yankees hats. For some reason, I go there and find an original snapback every time I walk in, and every time I fall for it and buy it.
Well, you know what? Before we get the show started, because we do keep up to date, and this is my little TMZ version. Three people. There was some things coming three with death, right? So here we go with Ozzy Osbourne kicking the bucket, cat just to bite off bats hat heads. That's kind of weird. And then you got Hulk Hogan, who on his way out calling everybody N word. So everybody's like, we don't like that guy. Okay,
He's like at a Tyler Creator concert.
listen, and even Jesse the Body Ventura said, Hulk Hogan wasn't a very nice man. He stabbed us in the back, when we were trying to get a union, and we found out it was a huckster. I don't talk to that guy anymore. So, when Jesse the Body Ventura could say it, then obviously, very, very tragically, because all three were, sad. Malcolm Jamal won. I was blown away, Greg. I mean, Ryan, I don't think you grew up with the Huxtables. We grew up with the Huxtables. Am I right, Greg? Right?
Yes, you are.
Grew up with the
Yeah, yeah, yes,
Huxtables.
sir.
And then when we grew up with the Huxtables, it was a thing watching the Cosby Show. And we didn't just like Bill Cosby. We liked the family. And everybody loved Theo. From the shirt when my girl Lisa Bonet made him and even if he felt bad by not wearing it. Okay, that was the episode. So when he tried to leave home, and then his parents said to him, "Now, if you leave, Theo, you can't come back." And he said, "What do you mean?" His father said, "Nope, no Theo cockroach." I mean, he said, "Nope, no Theo Huxtable. Can't come back, Theo. No Theo Huxtable." And we always used that line in our family with my girls when they were doing something. I said, "Listen, can't come back. No Theo Huxtable." So you know, um, he's gonna be missed. Plus, he was one of the few child actors, fellas, that grew up kind of unscathed. He didn't have like baggage with him. Am I right, Greg? He didn't have any baggage.
No, he was doing big things in the music industry, and just being a African American dad, being an African American man, and trying to lead other African American men. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a tough loss all the way around. And as more and more stories come out, he was out there struggling in the ocean with his 8-year-old daughter. You know what I mean? And thank God she was able to be saved. And they said they did CPR for 45 minutes on him and wasn't able to bring him back, man.
And there was
And
no lifeguard out there either. There wasn't any
not
lifeguard.
at 8 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
going for an
no
easy
life.
night swim. You just think,
Yeah. And the
you
Karen
just Mother
Karen
Nature.
took him away, and his friend. His friend got out, but he couldn't get out. So that's a sad loss. Brother won a Grammy, I think, on some poetry that he
Yeah.
did. I mean, he was just a tremendous. Like I said, very few child actors come out of Hollywood and all that other nonsense unscathed. And I could say Malcolm Jamal Warner was one of them. Very grounded, very down to earth young man, and very intentional. He had a
Just a
very
good
intentional
guy.
spirit.
I don't know if you guys saw the videos that he was putting out. Actually, the last video before he passed away was just so positive and motivational, and really
Mm-hmm.
the opposite. Not to speak ill of the dead, at least the opposite reputation of the great Hulk Hogan. Right, just a very nice, friendly guy. And I didn't realize how many people he knew. Like Greg mentioned, he's in the music industry.
Yeah.
All these different rappers posting pictures of him. I mean, we all knew him, like you said, as Theo from the Cosbys, but intertwined into so much of American culture. Definitely terrible
And,
tragedy.
and the thing about him too is when Bill Cosby was going through all that drama, he never said one bad thing about Bill Cosby. They put the mic in front of him. They asked him tons of questions. He never said anything bad. He just said, "Hey, the man helped me out. I was appreciative of that. Anything else he has to deal with that's a family and private matter." He's very, very he's very diplomatic in how we respond to that. He didn't go into the weeds and I don't like music. He just like, hey man, whatever. That's what he did over there. But for what he did with me was a little different. And I guess two things could be true at the same time, fellas. You could be a crud and a cool person to some other people too. So
For sure.
Yes, sir. People do it every day, but people do it every day. And
Greg says
like
smiling faces.
yeah, hey, like I said, man, and everything reverts back to the Bible. You can't live in a glass house and throw rocks. You know what I mean? And people do it every single day, and that's what our world is made up of now:
Yeah, man.
conspiracy theories and people throwing rocks. I mean, you just look how violent and I want to say ignorant and chaotic that our world is. We live in today. Every time you turn on TV, shootings on the freeway, shootings on the highway. But to me, as a leader or as a parent, I'll just say as a parent, if we talk the way the rest of the world is talking right now, what are our kids going to turn out to be? You know what I mean? What kind of example is that for our kids? So I think until we change the way we talk as a whole and communicate with one another, and it's okay to disagree. It doesn't mean we have to revert to violence or anything like that. It's
Well,
okay to have a common ground. But until we're able to agree to disagree and be able to talk to people like human beings, man, we in trouble. Because like I said,
well,
I can't even watch it.
but I think, Greg, that goes to what we were talking about off mic. I went to Toronto the other day, hanging with my crew, and they saw Tyler, the Creator, at the concert. And I told you, my daughter said she's never heard. And this is another country. This is what's so interesting. She's never heard so many non-black people say the N-word in unison, like it was the coolest thing to do. So, from a psychological standpoint, when you allow that to happen, how much conversation and your respect can you have for a person you're looking across who don't look like you, but then they apply this condensation to you? So therefore, you can't even have a civil discourse because there's already some preconceived notions. That's the point I'm making to you, Greg. So when they allow that in the universe, when they allow that in the space, it's very difficult to have a conversation of respect and understanding across the table while people are saying the N-word and it's globalized. It's not in America. I'm in Canada, bro. I'm in Canada. I'm seeing Indians, Asians, Europeans, Canadians, some U.S. people, citizens. I'm in this spot, and you know that's like an international spot. Greg, you've been there. You played ball there. So to see and hear all of that, and then apply that to okay, it's just music. To me, that's over the top, Ryan. And because you on that genre, you know rap music. You have a whole bunch of people on your show that spew the N word.
Yeah, well, see, once again, it's a lot of context. Having the fans at the Hulk Hogan autograph signing screaming it seems different than the Tyler the Creator signing. But once again, it's that level of comfort that people
Right.
now have. Normally, you'd be punched in the face. Like I remember reciting Biggie lyrics, and you kind of don't say that word. You just hope. You say you just hope. You don't say it. You know what I'm saying? You say the rest of the words. You don't say that word. So I think it's just a world where people aren't getting punched in the faces often. That might have something to do with it. So there's its perks, its disadvantages. But I'm coming from the lens of a white person that grew up in the Hamptons. So don't ask me.
So I mean, but it all goes back to it's okay because I think the leadership is telling everybody it's okay, and
Right.
there is separation, there is a difference, there is a you know a, I how do I say it, hierarchy. You know what I mean? So you know that's what they were referred to back in the day. They referred to themselves in their music and everyday life. So it and we have somebody at the top that's saying, "You guys can say that we're better than them." And I mean, like I said, man, until we fix, like it's just like any other company. It's just like being parents at home, eh, or being a bad organization or a good organization. Until you fix what's up top, the rest of it's going to be horrible. And like I said, all of us have kids and grandkids, and how do you want them to grow up? You want to
Right.
grow up in this chaos and violence and the rest of this stuff? Man, I thought we were going the right way. We're going backwards. So, with that being said, try not to get too political because I'm,
But it's not about
it's
politics, Greg. It's about human spirit and the will to understand, and like you said, the will to survive and the will to be in a world where people disagree. To disagree is okay, and I don't have to get gutter bucket on you. I don't have to, come down to the point where I hate you because we have a different opinion. And I think that's where the conversation is. So when you go to another country, and you've traveled probably a lot more than I did, I know you have, and you see how people, outside looking in, and how they deal with some of their, inequities, right? It doesn't look, because it's so homogenous. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the Japanese, it's just a whole bunch of. It ain't like it's a whole bunch of Japanese and Chinese hanging out there. No, it's just Japanese. You're in China, it's just a whole bunch of Chinese. So it's more homogenous and there's less, inclusion. So therefore, some of the problems become more magnified. I guess I could say.
I agree. I agree. And like I said, you know, you're right. It's until we learn how to talk and address and okay to, you know, not take everything so personal. It's sad. There was a married couple, a couple weeks back here in Vegas, and he was an influencer, and another guy was an influencer, and they got on, they were in a beef online. Next thing you know, the other guy didn't like it and shoots him and his wife on the strip, and takes two lives, and now he's done. I mean, for what? I mean, it's crazy to me,
That
So,
was
but
insane.
yeah,
That is crazy, man. But as you
it is
said,
crazy because
right?
we don't have, everything is just so disruptive and so chaotic right now. It just seems normal. It seems like this is the normal state that we walk around in. If someone looks at us wrong, now we run our car into them and crash them off the road. If someone says something, we drop the N word, or somebody else goes out there and you stepped on my shoes. It's getting back to that. So now I got to stab you for that. You know what I mean? Or shoot you. It's just crazy, man. It's not a good place, and hopefully
But
we can.
see, I think the glass is half full. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the half fullness of the glass. Actually, when it comes to sports, because we just had to do that because every now and then you have to interject and speak from the soul. And like I said, it's the essence of what we're about as human beings. So this is what's going on in the experience on Fox Sports 1280. Hope we didn't lose you, but we'll be right back. I Heart Media, Greg Vaughn, GV23, Ryan V, down in the Hamptons. Don't go no place. Hey, folks, welcome back to What's Going On in the Experience here in Fox Sports 1280 and iHeart Media. And hey, it's baseball time. It's after the All-Star game, and everybody is getting it in. Oh man, people are texting me, blowing me up. What can I say? But hey, Ryan, I want to ask you a quick question because you got that Yankee hat on. Okay, your man is down a little bit, right? What's my man Aaron? Aaron Judge. Here comes the Judge. Is not in the lineup today, or well, when they played last. They also got a new guy to play third base. What's his name? What's the new guy's name? Ryan
We've
McFadden,
got
right?
9-year veteran Ryan McMahon is
McMahon,
joining the New
McMahon.
York Yankees. Defensive special. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. And as a Yankees fan, I'm excited. I know, Greg, he's not, hitting for
He's batting
average.
217,
But I've been watching
Playboy.
him for years. I mean, right this year he might not be off to the hottest start, but of late he's kind of getting back into the swing of things. But he's really there for defense because, as we see, it's blunder after blunder, error after error, and it's extremely frustrating. And Boone, who's usually flipping out of the umps, you can see him starting to kind of lose his patience in the dugout. So I think it was a great move. Suarez is going to cost too much for another 1-year rental. We saw us just give up Michael King for Juan Soto. So to me, I kind of like this. We didn't have to give up anybody too
Well, they gave up.
substantial. None of our
Didn't you
top
guys
five
give up some
picks.
pitchers, some minor league pitchers?
Yeah, there were a couple guys that we gave up. One of which is, I believe, was the 5th ranked pitcher of our prospects, and he was
Uh-huh.
off to a great start as well. But look, you never know how a prospect's going to turn out. As long as we keep Spencer Jones, that's what I was excited about. Keeping the Martian, keeping Spencer Jones, even Volpe, who's frustrating. He was great in the World Series. Greg, I don't know about you, but I still got faith in my boy Anthony Volpe. I thought that Ryan McMahon was the perfect fit, and Cashman once again made a great move at the deadline. I guess we'll just have to see how it pans out.
Yeah, I mean, Volke, he's gonna be fine, man. I mean, it's just part of baseball. This is part of it. You know, the fans are panicking, but players don't panic. Players, I mean, this is part of it. Nobody wants to go through the ups and downs. Look at Nate. Nate was ready to ship Soto to Japan in the beginning of the season.
No,
You know
I
what I
wasn't
mean?
ready to ship
So
it to Japan.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to go get some
you
extra
were.
bats.
Right,
Get some
yeah.
extra bats, brother. That's it. I wasn't ready to ship to Japan.
and now,
Unless
and
I took
now,
Shohei Ohtani, I mean, I could take that trade. Hey, what the hell?
yeah, and
Okay.
now he has his Matt hat on. You know what I mean?
But no,
It's
but
just
but no,
part of
no,
it.
but I'm not opposed. See, that's foul, Greg. You see, you saw Greg slip that in. Greg is so suave. Oh, no, the guy's Mets hat on. No, no, no. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, fellas. Right. So the trade. Okay. So let's talk about this for a second because you were talking about um Greg, which is really interesting. My man Francisco Lindor, the brother was 0 for 32 up until the other night. Right? You hear what I'm trying to tell you? If it wasn't for the Mets bottom three, and Greg, you know this, that because the Mets won, I think 6 or 7 in a row now. Prior to that, they was like, messing up before an All-Star break. They won like 6 or 7 in a row now. But what got me was the fact that what Greg said. Every time, because I've watched the Mets, I don't care what time it is, because they're playing the Giants this weekend, so that means they got to stay up late. So I'm watching Soto, and I'm watching him go through the frustration of being like 0 for 30. But he never lost confidence in his ability in the field. Right, Greg? So he can still play the field. His bat wasn't hitting. He wasn't hitting, right? And even when the other guys were hitting, he was encouraging them. He didn't soak. He didn't get. That's what's the difference between him and Soto. If Soto went 0 for 40, he'll be cussing. He'll be soaking. My man didn't soak. 0 for 32. The announcer said, "Yeah, he's in a slump. He'll come out of it." He came out of it the other night, home run, double, whatever, but he came out of it, Greg. So how do you process that, man, when you go 0 for 50 or something like that? What do you do?
Well, I mean, when you play the game of baseball,
What did you
everyone's going to
ever go
go
0 for? What was your 0 for? 0 for like.
no 0 for 40. Yeah.
Greg said 0 for 40. You wasn't, Greg.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is too that when you're going through that time, I think I was hitting the baseball as probably as good as I ever hit it, but it was right at people. You didn't get any breaks, and then after the over 40, you come back and you turn it around. I mean, dude, when I was over 40, I would go to the grocery store. I got the baggage boy telling me how to hit. I go eat. I got the waiter telling me how to eat. I got the chef cooking something special at the restaurant, hoping that I could get some hits. And then when you come out of it, they love you, But when you're going through it, they don't love you. It's just part of the game. But I was always told, character is judged on when you're not going good.
Right.
Character is judged when you have it. I used to tell my kids all the time, when someone's evaluating you or looking at you or scouting you, they know what you're going to do when you're 4 for 4 with 4 home runs.
Yes.
But when you're 0 for 4 with 4 punch outs, or you didn't get picked for something that somebody else, how do you react it? Do you take it and use it as fuel and keep, so it inspires you and turn that negative into a positive? Or do you sulk, pout, and mope, and that's what you're going to be the rest of your life? You know what I mean? If you don't have a great talent like Solo, for the most part, you're going to be a lonely individual. You know what I mean? So, all of it comes down to life lessons, man. And the quicker you can learn it, and don't justify bad behavior. You know what I mean? I think and especially in the game of baseball, because it's based on failure. It's the only job you can have that if you fail 70% of the time, you're considered great. So
Still getting
that's the
paid, huh?
first.
Still getting Bobby
That's
Bonilla Day. Still having Bobby
you,
Bonilla Day. So,
you,
but it's
you-
interesting you said that, Greg, because like I said, as you watch people who go into slumps and come out of, I mean, I watched Aaron Judd in the slump, and like you said, they didn't sulk while they were in the slump. I mean, I remember growing up watching Willie Mays like couldn't hit the side of a barn a few times, man. I'm like, and like he's hit the ball hard, didn't leave the park, but for some reason it wasn't. It just wasn't that time. So it all depends, I guess, in any sport how you approach like the yips. In golf, right? You can't hit the ball. Ryan. I mean, the same thing in football. You can't catch it. You're dropping the daggone football, Ryan.
I gotta ask you this, great. We're back to the Yankees for a second. I know you love talking about the Yankees, but there's so many defensive blunders that we're talking about. Guys like Max Fried, who are usually great, throwing it, people throwing it over the second baseman's head, botched double plays, which look like to be, standard plays. Now,
Triple A, bro. Double A ball.
pretty much. Do you attribute that to like the yips? I mean, how do these? What's going on? How would you diagnose what's going on with the Yankees defense right now, where these normally great guys are just slipping up? Volpe, who was a Gold Glove winner, is now people are questioning his defense altogether.
Hey, it's a bad skid. It's a bad part of the season. It's just one of those situations where everything's not going our way. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. But the Yankees are the Yankees, and they will be okay. They'll ride this wave, and they just have to continue to score more runs than the other team right now. But they're making, like you said, Max Fried. I think he's Gold Glove. Volpe's Gold Glove. Those don't go away. Gold Gloves are for good players, right? So they still have them. And they're just going through a bad stretch where nothing's Volke, he's not hitting and now he's not fielding. So you know what I mean? It's they're going hand in hand. And the self-imposed pressure that we put on each other ourselves as professional athletes. That's
Yeah.
something that also, you know, we might be pressing so much, at the plate that we're not natural and just flowing in the field, or we might be trying to do too much instead of just do what we do. You know what I mean? Being ourselves is what got us there. But the human element and everything else, the pressure, financially, the big lights, the newspapers, the social media, the fans, everything plays an aspect. And then too, we don't know what's going on in people's personal lives because we are human, and there's so many different factors that can cause players emotionally and physically to not be at their best. But over a course of a season, it's very rare that everything goes right the whole year. That's a long year. And we're just now getting to the nut cutting time right here. All-Star breaks didn't happen. Trade deadline's coming up. And this is when baseball starts to get fun.
Well, speaking of trades, let's go back to Mets real quick because they did acquire Gregory Soto from Baltimore. But I'm trying. This dude has an ERA of 3.65. I'm like, okay, in the bullpen, a left-hander, but is that seen, Ryan? And I'm gonna go to Greg in a second. Is that seen as a tactical piece for the Mets to put in that bullpen, left-hander,
Yeah.
to go with
for
Diaz?
Sure. Yeah, you need more guys coming out of the bullpen. Every single team in Major League Baseball needs a stronger bullpen. There is never too many arms that could come out, especially 3.65 is a pretty decent ERA to come out of the bullpen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good pickup by the Mets.
What do you think, Greggy?
And also, Nate, how was he used in Baltimore? Baltimore was having a down year. Was he pitching
Right.
more innings than he should have been pitching?
There you go.
Was he not used just mainly against lefties? And what's his swing and miss rate against lefties? What's right-handed?
There you go.
What are their averages? And when do they use them? And like I said, change of scenery is good for a lot of people sometimes. When you go from a losing situation into
contender,
a contender, a winning situation, man. It's, I mean, that's game changing. That's life changing. Because some of these guys that mess around and I don't know the contract situations on them, but some of these guys, they're setting themselves up and their families up for a lifetime.
Well, that's the supposed. Well, speaking of getting traded, when we come back, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about. Here we go. I got to do it. We're gonna talk about LeBron and his trying to get out of Dodge, just trying to get out of contract, trying to make life miserable for everybody else. I wish he was more like Dr. J, diplomatic. Everybody liked the doctor. He could do no wrong. We're gonna take a quick break. Dr. J, Rucker Park. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, folks, for our third edition and segment of What's Going On in the Experience here on Fox Sports 1280 and iHeartMedia. And you are in the building with Greg Vaughn, a.k.a. GV23, and my man Ryan V down in NYC. And we gave you a little teaser before we bounced, talked about LeBron, and so Ryan, so here we have it. A high-profile three-team trade proposal would send your boy, LeBron James, and Bronny, as a matter of fact, Greg, who's playing leaps and bounds better than last year. I'm sorry, I got to take it back. He's playing a lot better. We got Bronny's playing like he doesn't want to be in the league. Okay, and for Dallas to go alongside with Drew Time and Tyrese Martin, the Lakers would receive several role players and draft capital. So, Greg, I'm going to go to you first, bruh. What do you think about this? And this is going to Dallas now, and he'll be reunited with AD. What do you think about the and Kawhi? What do you think about that?
I think LeBron has the right to ask and say where he wants to go. I mean, he's done what he's done, and
As long as they ain't the
it
Knicks,
doesn't.
I don't care.
But it doesn't mean it's going to happen. But he definitely has the right to ask and convey where he wants to go. And I think with him being who he is, people are going to listen. And there might be a team that wants him. Who knows?
No. It can't be any team player. LeBron has to be specific. I'm going to you, Ryan.
Oh no, but what I'm saying,
he ain't going to the Sacramento Kings, Greg. I'm sorry.
Hey, get out.
I know you're a Kings fan.
We're good. We're good on that. The Kings. But what I'm saying is,
and he ain't going to the Utah Jazz either.
No. But what I'm saying is, whoever wants him, there might be a suitor out there for him.
I'm not saying a contender suitor. It can't be.
Yes.
Can't be going to Brooklyn Nets. He ain't do it. It's got to be a contender, and that's why I said
I agree.
Knicks.
Yes.
The Knicks, Dallas, and I think the Knicks will have to give up too much for him, and they don't need him, chemistry wise. I don't think they need LeBron, and he has to bring his little brother. I mean, his son with him too. He got to bring
little bro.
He got to bring his little bro. He got a little big Bronny bro with him. So it's like you want Bronny bro and LeBron bro. You got to, and you might have to bring Savannah. I don't know. You have to bring the whole damn family, obviously. But I will take Bryce. I'll take Bryce in that deal. Okay, that's
right, so
one I would take.
I don't want to be a toxic co-host here, but could you say one more time how you feel about Bronny Jr., Nate Brown?
Okay, I'll say it again. Listen, man, I'm a realist. Okay, even when my nephew says, "Uncle, why you hating on LeBron James' kid?" And I'm not, and I wasn't hating on him. I simply said that he couldn't play that well at the beginning, and I said that. But like all good people who want to get good at their craft, Greg, he's gotten better, and I can acknowledge the fact when you get better. I'm watching him in the summer league. He's gotten his game a lot better. He has a decent 3-point shot. The thing that I love about him, though, and you can never say this about him, he plays hard, Greg, 1,000%. He leaves everything on the basketball court, Greg.
I agree with you. I mean, I agree, but and like I said, you see it in so many other businesses, and that fathers do this for their kids all the time, right?
I don't care about that. I don't care about
but he's playing out, leaps and bounds to what he was last year. But once again, I don't get too excited about summer league. That's like spring training. Okay. You know what I mean?
That's like spring training.
Yeah, spring training. When the season starts, it's different, and you're not going to get half them guys you're playing against aren't in the league. You know what I mean? So you're going to against grown men, and not to say he hasn't gotten better, but how valuable are roster spots? And then two,
right?
You have valuable roster spots in NBA. You only have so many, right? And then when you do the G League thing, part not traveling commercial with the rest of your team. I mean, it's a whole different precedent that it sets. I mean, why can't he travel? He's not LeBron. He's Bronny, right? Why can't he go with us on the road? There's a difference, and I think all of it leaves a different taste in people's mouths. So there's a lot that comes with it, but am I hating on it? No. If you're able to do it, more power to you. You know what I mean? God bless.
So Ryan, what do you think about the proposed Dallas trade to be reunited with AD and Kyrie? He'll be reunited with two cats he played with.
Well, to be fair on whoever it is out there with the Lakers organization, and to be fair on LeBron, he's not demanding a trade. They were open before he took that player option. I believe Dallas was on the wish list, if you will, allegedly. Okay. But he's not demanding a trade. He's all in it. The Lakers just had a $10 billion evaluation in sale. They don't want LeBron going anywhere. So I did say just the other week that I would expect LeBron to get traded, but I will say this: I still think this, but I do think it's going to be to literally the team that he chooses, and that's it. You got to put some respect on the damn man's name. And in terms of him going to Dallas, what better fit would there be than playing alongside of? I mean, to me, that was probably my favorite 1-2 punch to watch in the NBA Finals was LeBron and Kyrie Irving, and then of course we have a success record with LeBron and AD. So what do I think about it? I think it would be amazing, but I think it's more of a pipe dream. I think it might even be good for the Lakers to get more depth added to them from Dallas. But to see LeBron demanding a trade and forcing a trade, I well, I guess we'll just have to sit back and find out and see. I'm now okay. Since I last said that I was sure it was going to happen, I'm less sure it's going to happen because of the trade by the sale of the Los Angeles Lakers. Really, nothing to do with LeBron or his legacy. More to do with money.
But do you think, Greg, because they sold the team, that this would be the perfect time for them to get from up under LeBron? Because it's a new regime. And
Yeah, it is.
and that's what I'm saying. I think it would be a perfect time for, you know what, LeBron, thank you for your services. You know, we're gonna, like you said, buy by your wishes, send you to where where you want to go, and then let them start because Luka is there. They gotta start with Luka evolving that team around him to the best of their ability. Because first of all, he don't play no damn defense. So you gotta get a whole team to play defense. Because that guy ain't playing he ain't moving the puppies like that. So you have to have a whole new shift in your philosophy when you get rid of LeBron and evolve that and let that team evolve around Luka. Greg, what say you, my brethren? GV23.
And I think that's a good, you know, thought process. I think I'm sure they want to turn it over to Luka, and I'm sure they don't think they're going to win a championship. So the quicker they can get rid of that 52 million and start putting pieces around Luka and start, gearing up for the future. But once again, brother LeBron is, put his stamp on it, and he's going to be there until he wants to, until it works out or doesn't work out, and and the Lakers just have to be willing to bite the bullet.
Okay, Ryan, this is for you because when the Lakers do retool, prediction from Negro Diamond Snake Brown Jr. They're gonna go get the Joker. The Lakers are infamous at times for getting the best big men in the league. Let's start with Will Chamberlain. Let's go on to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let's go to Shaq. The Lakers will get the best big man in the league.
How?
The,
With what asset?
Denver's not going to let him go, and his loyalty.
Okay, listen. No. You need. Let me finish. Denver president or GM said, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't know if we could keep Luka. He said that in some interview about 3 weeks ago. He said, I don't know. No. He said, I don't know, basically, if we have whatever it takes for him to stay. I mean, we want him to stay, obviously, it's Denver. We've won with him. But I'm telling you how the Lakers operate. They're in the lurch.
He didn't commit. For what it's worth, Jokic.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He ain't commit.
Because he could sign for a larger contract. Like, I know he could have re-signed, but if he waits a year, he's up for way more money.
For the Supermax. He's up for the Supermax. But the thing about him, he just wants to play basketball, man. He ain't into all that other stuff. So, all the stuff that comes with it. And I think Denver, while you guys are sleeping, we're talking about all these other teams, the pieces that they added, watch out. Denver's back where they need to be.
Okay. And you think that the lack of Coach Malone, you think that's going to help or hurt them going into next season? Now, I guess they got a whole offseason to rebuild the game plan and change the infrastructure of the franchise. Do you think that's going to be helpful or harmful to get rid of a guy like Coach Malone, Greg?
Well, they did it, in the middle of the season, and came in and did a great job for them last year. They made the playoffs and they went deep into it. You know what I mean? So I think they're all in with whoever they have. And once again, it's going through Joker because he's not just the center. He's the point guard. He's the center. He's the coach.
He's the centerpiece.
And they're going to go through whatever he says. So whoever the coach is irrelevant. They have a bunch of veterans. They just got to get the new guys that they got received this offseason to learn the system and play with a lot of heart like they do.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some football. Can Aaron Rodgers throw the ball down the field? Because they were like, this guy stinks. Can the Jets break their little curse? My toe. And and I'm hearing Jameis Winston is out playing Russell Wilson. What universe is this? The NFL? We'll be right back. Fox Sports 1280. iHeartMedia. Don't go no place. Oh, and the Bills and the Bosa guy, got rid of Von Miller. I don't know what's going on. The universe is upset. We'll be right back. Hey, folks, welcome back to our last segment of what's going on in the experience. Before we left, we said we're going to talk some NFL football. So, Ryan, I'm going to go to you with this one because you didn't have it in our notes, but I just thought about this. Freaking Washington Commanders better sign Terry McLaurin. They better sign that dude. That's all. And I'm gonna say another thing too. Cincinnati, you better sign Trey Henderson. You just signed your new guy, your new rookie. You better give Trey his money. He won 3 years guarantee, Ryan. I don't want no 1 year guarantee. Myles Garrett got 3. So and so got 3. And Dallas, you know what? I don't know Jerry Jones' song and dance with everybody, but Michael Parsons, kick him to the curb and go to the Giants. I'll give you that. Go to the, matter of fact, go to Vegas. Go to Pete Carroll. Go on out there. But get away from Dallas. Ryan, you up, Ryan. I just laid it out for you. You up.
Well, to start, you're talking about Washington. Like, I think that they may take a step back. I like some of their acquisitions in the offseason, right? They got Debo. We talked about this last week, Greg. And now they've got Von Miller down there. And I think he could be that veteran piece to kind of, anchor that defense down and teach some of the young guys over there. I like Washington. I know I read some analysis from some different people, Fox Sports, ESPN, et cetera, and they're all predicting Washington to take a step back. I do think they're going to be a playoff team, but are they going to have what were they 12-4 or 12-5 last year? I'm not sure.
If they don't sign Terry McLaurin, they ain't going to be nothing. I'm telling you, Ryan. I'm telling you, Greg. That's this comfort. That's his blanket. That's homeboy's blanket.
Like Jaden Daniels, regardless, is going to be, to me, we've got ourselves maybe even a top 5 quarterback in the next
you do, but on this rookie contract, people don't realize how important it is because you're not going to be able to keep everybody once he starts getting paid. And right now, the core unit and with the players they had last year and where they went last year, that now they have a chance to build on that. They were right behind Philly, so. The whole thing is you need to you just need to sign your guy. So 3 years. Give him what he wants. He's a top 5 receiver in the
top 5.
So
Brady, top 5.
So now you got so now you get the fan base back. You get the excitement back in DC. Your team. Everyone's talking about him. You get yourself a franchise quarterback. And now you're going to take away the top 5 receiver, top 5 wide receiver.
You're going to take away his blanket. The dude, he knows if I throw it up in the air, he gonna catch it. These other guys, I don't know nothing about like that. Debo, you just got there, okay?
You don't get a talent like that all the time. So, you just got everybody back. You're going in the right direction. Don't do anything stupid. You know what I mean?
So Ryan, I'm gonna come back to you with this because this is our speed round. Cincinnati, the Bengals, they can't get out of their way in the first 5 games of the season. If those guys don't sign Trey Henderson, it's like, okay, I don't care how great Joe Burrows is because it's time for you to tell him and the coach, you're able to get your stuff together. Because every year it's the same thing with you Bengals. You start out like kittens, and then you want to go and be a damn Bengal tagger at the last 4 games and barely blow yourself into the playoffs. So I'm putting you on notice, Joe Burrow, okay? First of all, in Cincinnati, once again, Greg, sign Trey Henderson. Sign that dude. Okay, because if you do, your offense already stinks in the O-line already. All right, so you're going to make some changes and sign the people that you need to sign. Ryan, what do you think about those characters with the Bengals?
Look, like always, a premier free agent is not going to end up in Cincinnati. When you have a guy like Trey Hendrickson, you re-sign him, right? Like no matter what, you do whatever you have to do to re-sign him. That was the most disappointing team in football last year.
That's my point.
Like Joe Burrow wasted. It's just despicable, truly.
But they lose, Greg. They come out and he's a local. The first 3 or 4 games every season.
And he's a local kid. I don't understand it. So the bottom line is he's your best player on a horrible defense. He's the number 1 guy in sacks over the last 2 years. And why?
They don't want to give him his guaranteed 3 years. He said the other guys got guaranteed 3. I got to get the same thing.
But Nate, this is what Cincinnati does every year.
Yep.
It's somebody, they do it to every. Burrow got his bag early. Chase had to play without his. Higgins had to play without his. They just took out this kid, the language.
The O lineman. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they just took out their defensive end, their first round pick this year. They just had to remove some language so this kid can get his. They just Cincinnati. They're like the Marv Shot of freaking base football. You know what I mean?
Okay, the Reds. It's something in the water in Cincinnati. But speaking of something in the water in
Well,
Cincinnati,
really
Ryan.
quick, in defense of the Cincinnati Bengals, their offense is now worth over $550 million, which is something I never would have in a million years thought I'd say out loud. Between the three guys that are over there, Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, $550 million seems like a lot. I mean, put some of that towards the defense.
All right, let's go local. Buffalo Bills. Camp just started. Everybody's excited. Let's go Buffalo. Buffalo chicken wings gonna be sold by the pound. All right, Joey Bosa. Why would the Bills pick? Help me. I need your help, Ryan. Joey Bosa. Isn't he always like Joey Herter? I'm like, isn't he like Joey Herter? And then you got, like I said, Von Miller, who goes over to the Commanders. Okay, then you got Dawson Knox. He's missing camp early. You got the O-line, Cedric Van Ganger. He got a calf. You got Spencer Brown, his back. I don't know how to pronounce his wide receiver guy name, LaVisca. He got a leg strain. They said not major concerns, but the Bills are starting a little bit,
I mean, I like the
injured.
Joey Bosa was a good deal. I know some people say, oh, he's always hurt, like you said, but any 1 year deal to me is a good deal. And a guy of
Okay.
that caliber, I mean, why not? Like you said, you lost Von Miller, put a guy in there that's a leader, that's been there, done that. What is he, 30? He's still probably got a couple of years left. Let's see what he can do in Buffalo without as much pressure on him. I think it's a good pickup. And in
What do you
terms of the
think,
Bills,
Vaughn?
Yeah, and they added my boy Shaq Thompson too from Carolina. That's my homie from Sac. So Buffalo's going in the right direction, man. Buffalo. I mean, Bosa's always. I mean, he's a good pickup. Now, say that he doesn't get hurt. Now, then that's the steal of the year, right?
You're right,
Because
right.
if he doesn't get hurt, he's a steal of the year. And like I said, change the scenery. Now he knows he's playing for something in Buffalo. You
Yep.
know what I mean? He knows he's playing for something. You're excited to go to work. You're excited. Not saying he wasn't excited out west, but I'm just saying that's all he ever knew. Winning is contagious, and it fuels a lot of things.
Okay. Right quick, Ryan. Let's go to your Giants right quick, and then we'll end up with the Jets. So, my man, like you said, Jameis Winston is playing good, but then Brian Daboll said, hey, Russell Wilson is going to be the starting quarterback going into camp.
yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited no matter what. I think that Jackson Dart is going to be a good pick. So he's got two great guys to sit behind and learn how to be the starting quarterback of the New York Giants. Russell Wilson seems to be a very well put together guy. I know a lot of people like to hate on him behind the scenes, but I like Russell Wilson. I'm excited to see what Jameis Winston does. That's my wild card for the Giants this year because you never know. We can get a great version of Jameis Winston. The Giants revamped their defense. We've got Javon Holland over there for 3 years now. Debo's there for 3 years now. Look, I'm a
Your
little
defense
bit.
is solid. Your
The
defense is
defense is
solid.
solid right now.
What, Greg? But I'm going to leave with you because I love Pete Carroll. Anybody that's 70 can still run around is my hero. Okay.
Oh, dude, they show me every time you turn on the news. I mean, you think Pete's gonna get hurt? He's gonna get in the middle of the drills. He's running, jumping on guys. Hey Ryan, go back real quick to your Giants. Scatterboo, Sacramento kid too.
Oh yeah, that boy is nice.
I want
No.
to see.
I seen him during the playoffs last year. Scatterboo. He was running, throwing, kicking, biting. He's a giant. He's a giant.
Yeah.
He's definitely a giant. And I'm not saying he's Saquon Barkley, but I'd be damned if Scatterboo ain't coming to get some boo because that kid is nice. But let me go over before we leave. I just want to say with Pete Carroll, running, jumping, toss the ball, got white gloves on in camp, got on all white, 75 years old. That's my hero, Greg.
He's the epitome of life. That's someone that's thankful to be alive every single day, and he shows it. And once again, we're talking about leadership. All I hear now is, having friends and people, in an organization, what a breath of fresh air.
Yep.
This is what it's like to be in a real organization, the way it's ran, the way, you come to work, the way you're supposed to act and the way you're treated, structure. They haven't had this type of structure ever before. See, once again, remember how we led off the show, talking about leadership starts at the top?
Yep.
They had to go get somebody 75 years old to show them how to do it. And that's what we were talking about earlier, just in the world, just in life, Nate, right? We're talking about the leadership, and no matter what you do, is is the most important thing, man. Because then, if the leadership's all right, everything else just trickles down. It's easy. But if the look at the Cleveland Browns for years, you look at all the bad organizations, and look at the state of the world. Chaos, just disarray, and look at the state of the world.
Well,
We're falling right behind
on that note, we ain't got no drama up in this bad boy here.
it.
Everybody's Gucci Mane up in this building right here. And I want to thank you, fellas, for another splendid show. Greg GV 23 out in Vegas. You keep your eye on them Vegas folks for us, bro, because that's your mission, bro. And when
I got
you get there, we got to get you your credentials because they're going to be a monster. And Ryan, thank you for all that you do, my brother. Tell them about the YouTube channel that you got up going.
That's right. We have our What's Going On official YouTube page. To find it, go to Fox Sports Radio WGO.com. That has links to everything, old episodes of the show, and of course, our new YouTube channel. Appreciate
Hey,
you
man.
guys.
Hey, man, until next week, God spares our lives. We'll see you. Peace and God bless.